I want to talk a little bit more today about trucking. In general, I want to talk about driver etiquette, how that's no longer around, and I really want to talk about these fuel prices. Now, fuel prices have basically just gone through the roof, and I'm going to call it like it is. It's because of the current administration just doing whatever they want to do, which is suck off OPEC and all the foreign oil places. Oh, we're going to shut down the pipeline. No, we're not going to use our own oil. No. We're going to take y'all's oil. We're going to let y'all, bend us over for it. And then what do? Well, they got to send it to us. And so they raise the prices of gas at the pump, diesel at the pump. And speaking of things that, at least in my industry, because I am a diesel, there's another little bit of something that I'm required to have that normal people are not. Unless you have a diesel vehicle, you do not have this. That's called DEF fluid, diesel exhaust fluid. It's piss and water, people. That's all it is. It's piss mixed with water. And most of it's got a little blue tint to it that comes out of the pumps at the truck stops. It dries white. It crystallizes. It's nasty. That's why if one's not working, one of these pump handles, and doesn't cut off, or somebody overflows it, guess what? You have a nasty, crusty, white, just all over the pump handle, usually all over the ground. If I pull that DEF nozzle out of my truck and it drips some, I got a black truck. I got a nice white streak down it somewhere from where it was dripping. It's nasty, and there is no reason that piss and water mixed together should cost the same as diesel fuel. I got diesel fuel yesterday, and the diesel was $3.58 a gallon, and the DEF was $3.58 a gallon. I might explain things to you in a simpler way, because I know there's a lot of people that smoke cigarettes and have done tobacco usage in the past and everything else. So here's how diesel works. Okay, diesel is the snuff of the fuel world. So snuff that they had raised up the prices on the cans for, they were really, really expensive. Especially if you got Copenhagen, that was always the most expensive. Now, here's the thing. Basically, all snuff is they sweep up the shit that's on the floor at the end of the day. All the dropped tobacco products from making cigarettes all day, the dirt, and, they put all that together in a can. It's all the offal. That's all it is. It's essentially what diesel fuel is. You have to refine oil and all this other stuff, other things. It all gets mixed. It all gets refined. That turns into gasoline. Well, when you refine gasoline, the impurities, the shit like that comes out of gasoline, that's pretty much what diesel fuel is. It's just the offal of making gasoline. Same as snuff is the offal of making cigarettes. It's all the different nastiness. That's why diesel is so heavy and so greasy and all. It's oil. It's oil based. It is just, real different type deal. It also burns better than gasoline does, as far as if you were actually going to say, you ever seen these boys out there cutting down trees side of the road, logging operation? They got the bad wood, things like that, or they've cleared the road for expansion, and they've cut all these trees down. You just have piles of trees there burning. They didn't pour gasoline on them to start them, trust me. That's diesel fuel. Burns a lot quicker. Takes a lot more to get lighted, but it burns a lot better, a lot longer. So, point is that why is it you have prices like it? Well, plain and simple. You know, it's a supply and demand thing. The problem is when you're outsourcing your supply, and so is the rest of the world, you know, whoever has the supply, they're going to sell it based on the demand for it. When the entire world's demanding your product, you charge whatever you want, as long as they're willing to pay it. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole electric cars, electric trucks bullshit battle in this video. Save that for another one. I got some opinion on that as well. But I will tell you, the other part I wanted to get to in this video was driver etiquette. Driver etiquette is no longer existent. Go to these truck stops, you go back in, this is all stuff that's not taught anymore. You know, a lot of this really has to do with the state of trucking in this country today. And the biggest problem in trucking today is driver retention. See, people aren't prepared for trucking. It's a lifestyle that most people cannot deal with. It's, you know, it's solitary, sedentary, because you ain't doing a whole lot of moving around. It's an actual job. You don't get to run around and be a paid tourist like people think you do. You know, most trucks ain't allowed in most of the places that you would want to go see as a tourist. So you're not a paid tourist, contrary to popular belief. You don't just sit at the steering wheel and drive all day. There's a hell of a lot more to it than that. And when people find that out, they can't hack it. They don't want to do it. So you got a driver retention problem to start with. The mega carriers, they're not helping anything with their cheap, low wages. They give you just enough to make sure you keep the door shut on the truck. They don't want you making any money. You can't make enough money to take any time off, because then they're not getting freight moved, see? So, that being said, you got people that are just like, nah, I ain't doing this. They leave. They go back home, they go do another job somewhere. They're like, I ain't doing this. Well, that leaves a lot of inexperienced drivers out there. That's why these mega carriers, you got people that have gone through the training, they've gone out on their own after the training, and they've been on their own 3 months, 90 days solo. 90 days solo. Keep this in mind. 3 months. You ain't had time to experience shit in 3 months. And you know, to teach anybody. After 90 days, they're training somebody else now. These places are using automatic trucks now. They don't have standards anymore. Somebody's convinced them, oh, you get better fuel mileage. Well, no. I'll tell you why they're doing it. They'll never admit it. They'll tell you it's because you get better fuel mileage. But if you shift a manual truck correctly, and I've already proved this with buddies of mine that have had automatic trucks, I get just as good, sometimes better fuel mileage than they do. That being said, nobody's ever going to convince me any other ways, but they're going to automatic trucks because they're tired of people tearing up standards. They don't want to replace clutches. They don't want to replace gears because people can't figure out how to shift. You know, that's what it is. But because you have inexperienced people teaching other inexperienced people, they've never been taught the correct way. You go into a truck stop, you know, if I go in a truck stop and I throw my emergency flashers on, it's because I'm about to back into a spot. And these jack wagons, they just roll right by you. You start backing up and just, damn truck just coming right back behind you. You gotta watch your head on a swivel, because some stupid son of a bitch will run right into you or will run behind you and you'll back right into them. You gotta watch everything. They have no etiquette on the road. I don't know who's taught them this shit either. During daylight hours, please keep this in mind. Daylight hours, when the sun is out and you're gonna flash your lights at me, flash your brights at me, telling me that it's okay to move over back in front of you, that's fine during daylight hours only. At nighttime, you dim your damn headlights. You don't flash your brights at me, you dim your headlights. Flashing your brights is going to cause me to, cause, temporary blindness and stuff. Because when those damn brights reflect off those side mirrors, it's something else. It'll hurt your eyes. So that's another driver etiquette thing. Nobody's teaching me anything. And then these jack wagons all have governed trucks. 62 mile an hour truck, 65 mile an hour truck, 67 mile an hour truck. And the fuckers want to pass each other. And it takes 20 miles for a 65 mile an hour truck to pass a 67 mile an hour truck. That's stupid. Or the guys that are only going that quick, you're in a 70 zone, they've got a 65 mile an hour truck. And Atlanta, I'm looking at you, by the way, Atlanta, Georgia. And they're driving around the middle lane. And in the state of Georgia, on these 3-lane, 4-lane highways, things like that in each direction, trucks ain't allowed in the left lane. They ain't allowed in the left 2 lanes. We'll talk about I-285 around Atlanta specifically. The left 2 lanes, trucks are not allowed in for the majority of it. And I say the majority of it because take I-20, for example. The interchange for I-20 off of I-285 in Atlanta, the westbound side and the eastbound side are 2 different exits. To go eastbound, depending on which way you're coming, mind you, but more than likely to go eastbound, it's going to be on the left exit, and to go westbound is going to be a right exit. But for the rest of the time, we're not allowed in the left lane. And you've got 65 mile an hour trucks, 70 mile an hour zone or whatever, running right in the middle lane. We can't pass you. You're not passing anybody. You just don't want to be in the right lane where you're supposed to be. That's another issue, And then I hear that these mega carriers like Swift are teaching their drivers to stay in the center lane. Now that's not okay. I'll tell you that personally, when I can, I will stay in the center lane around Atlanta. And the reason for that is because there's so much traffic getting off and getting on. So you have merging traffic. So I can understand why you want to be in the center lane, but you have to have etiquette. When you're in the center lane and a faster truck is coming up behind you, I do not need to be passing you in the right lane, but I have to do it every son of a bitchin' time I drive through Atlanta. There is no driver etiquette. Nobody's teaching these guys anything. These jack wagons get out there on a fuel island and think they can do a 30-minute break there or a 10-hour break there. Or I went into North Little Rock, Arkansas one time. There was a damn 10 roads truck sitting in a fuel island. And I almost got behind that 10 roads truck to get fuel, and I thought better of it. And I said, you know what? Now I'm going to get behind this pump next to it. And I did. And the pump next to it pulled out. I pulled in and got fuel. Now it takes about 10 minutes to 15 minutes, depending how slow the pump is, to get fuel. I got done getting my fuel and was about to pull up. And as I'm in my truck starting it up, and I'm about to pull out, here comes this damn black woman walking across the parking lot. Goes to the 10 roads truck next to me, who this entire time has been pulled in the fuel island, blocking it up. Gets in the driver's seat. The bitch was carrying her shower bag with her. You don't go inside and leave your truck parked at the fuel pump and take a shower. The fuck is wrong with you? Nobody, they're entitled. That's one of those entitled bitches that thinks, oh, I can do whatever the hell I want to do. And no, you're stupid. So once again, there's a driver etiquette problem. I can't stand it. Between fuel prices and driver etiquette, you just want to you don't know what to do anymore. It's like look around like, what the hell am I doing this for? I can tell you exactly why I'm a truck driver. I can't do anything else like this that I'd enjoy, that I'd make this much money. I can't work with people. There's a reason I'm a damn owner-operator. There's a reason that I call my own shots, why I don't work for a company. I don't think I could ever go back to working as a company driver anywhere ever again. I ain't got the patience for it. I don't have the ability to keep my mouth shut. I tell you how the cow eats cabbage. I'm a straight shooter. That's just all there is to it. And I done waffled on for damn near 15 minutes, so if you've even made it this far in this video, frankly, I'm surprised. But I'm going to go ahead and end it, and appreciate you watching.